You do not keep an army chief in a war zone for 4 days to deliver messages. You keep him to negotiate military terms that civilians cannot. The Washington Post confirms that Munir has become the man taking the decisions in Pakistan's mediation, overshadowing Prime Minister Sharif and Foreign Minister Dar in the actual power structure. Trump himself has called Munir my favorite field marshal. The relationship that gives Pakistan its unique position, ties to Iran, the Gulf, and Washington simultaneously is not diplomatic. It is military. But what is being decided in Tehran that requires the general's continued presence? Consider what preceded his arrival. On April 3rd of 5th, the United States conducted what Trump called the most daring rescue operation in US history, a mission to recover 2 F-15 crew members shot down over Iran. The Wikipedia entry and multiple sources confirm the scale. 155 aircraft including 4 bombers, 64 fighters, 48 tankers, 13 rescue aircraft, hundreds of special forces. A temporary forward operating base at an abandoned agricultural airstrip near Isfahan, 23 kilometers north of Shareza. The mission succeeded in recovering the airmen, but the cost was extraordinary. An A-10 shot down, 2 MC-130s intentionally destroyed after becoming stuck, 4 special operations helicopters destroyed, multiple aircraft damaged. The New York Times reported that about 100 special operations forces at the forward base had no immediate extraction option for 2 hours. And then came the Iranian accusation that changes the architecture of this rescue. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson stated the possibility that this was a deception operation to steal enriched uranium should not be ignored at all. Former Iranian National Security Commission chairman Aliaddin Borujerdi said the scale of deployment suggested their main objective was to locate and take enriched uranium out of Iran rather than a limited rescue mission. The uranium theft claim is Iranian government narrative, not independently verified, but the location is telling. The abandoned airstrip was approximately 50 kilometers south of Isfahan, near Iran's nuclear facilities. Whether the mission was rescue or something more, its footprint was large enough to make the accusation plausible and its failure costly enough to make the accusation damaging. This is the context of Munir's extended stay. He arrived after the rescue operation's exposure of American military limitations. He remains while Trump shifts from civilization will die to we may go to Pakistan to sign. And he sits in Tehran while Iranian sources expand their demands from $6 billion to $27 billion in frozen assets. The $27 billion figure, reported by Arab News citing Iranian sources, represents a dramatic escalation from earlier negotiations. As of January 2021, Iran had approximately $7 billion frozen in South Korea, $6 billion in Iraq, $20 billion in China, and $1.5 billion in Japan. The new demand encompasses all of it, across multiple jurisdictions, requiring not just American sanctions relief, but international financial coordination. This is not a demand that prime ministers negotiate. This is a demand that generals guarantee. Munir's continued presence in Tehran suggests he is not merely facilitating talks between Washington and Tehran. He is negotiating the security architecture of whatever comes after, ensuring that Pakistan, as the guarantor of any agreement, has military-to-military understandings with Iran that survive whatever civilian deal might collapse. The vlogger who reported this claimed Munir was still sitting there because continuous messages were being conveyed. The architecture supports this interpretation. When a field marshal stays in a war zone while his prime minister announces peace from a safe distance, the general is not waiting for diplomacy. He is building the military foundation that makes diplomacy possible. What do you think? Is Munir's extended Tehran stay the necessary military groundwork for a durable peace? Or is it the exposure that Pakistan's civilian government is merely the public face of an army-led negotiation where the real decisions are made in uniform, not in suits? Drop your thoughts below.